In this video, we'll be learning how to do the most common type of summon in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That summon is called the normal summon. Most monsters that you would have in your hand, such as normal monsters and effect monsters, can be normal summoned, and it will say on their cards if they cannot be otherwise. Ritual monsters that might be in your hand cannot be normal summoned, because ritual monsters must be ritual summoned. A normal summon is to play a monster from your hand into face-up attack position. You'll notice the monsters in my hand have a range of levels. I have 2 monsters that are level 4, 1 level 5, and 1 level 8 monster. Once per turn during your main phase, you're allowed to perform one normal summon or normal set. A normal summon is to place a monster that is level 1, 2, 3, or 4 onto the field into face-up attack position into any monster zone. Once this monster is placed into this monster zone, it cannot move unless a card effect makes it move. I can also place it from my hand into face-down defense position. This is called a normal set. A monster that is normal set is not considered to have been summoned. Although a normal set does take your normal summon for the turn, it may be flipped up in several ways, including the flip summon, which we'll talk about later. Other ways it will be flipped are by being attacked, in which case it will be flipped in order to determine which monster will win in a battle. We'll learn about battle later. Or it can be flipped by a card effect. In addition to being able to normal summon a monster into any of our main monster zones, we can also perform the normal set into any main monster zone. But once we set that monster in that zone, it can only be played into that zone and cannot move into another one without a card effect moving it. We can do this with any monster that is level 4 or below. We can either normal summon them, or we can normal set them. The monster I'm setting here is Yugioh Dragon, which has a flip effect and has some value being set face down. Generally, you'll summon monsters in face-up attack position. Strategy will determine whether you should be playing your monsters into face-up attack position or face-down defense position. Monsters that are in attack position can declare attacks, so by putting your monster in defense position, you are preventing yourself from having the option to declare an attack. Playing monsters in face-down defense position provides some degree of secrecy or mystery to your opponent as to what your card might be. It also protects your life points from taking damage when your opponent attacks. There is no way to perform a normal summon into face-up defense position. If you'd like to perform a normal summon of a monster that is of a higher level, such as a level 5 or 6 monster, you must tribute a monster. So on one turn you'll have to normal summon or set a monster, or place it onto the field using some other method, and then during your next turn's main phase, you'll be able to perform what is called a tribute summon. A tribute summon is when you send a monster that you already have on your field to the graveyard, this is called a tribute, and then summon a level 5 or 6 monster from your hand. If we summon another monster on the next turn, we now have 2 monsters. So on the turn following that, we can perform a tribute summon of an even higher level monster. Level 7 and higher monsters require 2 tributes to perform the normal summon, so we're going to move our Thunder Dragon and our Yugioh Dragon to the graveyard to perform the normal summon of Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. We don't have to normal summon it though, as we can take both of our monsters and tribute them and then place our monster into face-down defense position as a normal set. Monsters that are higher level can be both tribute summoned and tribute set, which is still a normal summon or normal set. All of these actions can only take place during either your main phase 1 or your main phase 2. You can perform one normal summon or one normal set per turn during your main phase. If you don't do it during main phase 1, you can do it during main phase 2. Let's take a look at a different example. In this example, I have 3 monsters that have been set face down over the course of several turns. None of them were set this turn. If a monster I have that's on my field has been face down for at least 1 turn, I can change its battle position on the next turn. A battle position change is something you're only allowed to do during a turn that a monster was not summoned or set, or during a turn that the monster has declared an attack. A manual battle position change of a monster that is in face-down defense position to face-up attack position is called a flip summon. You can never change a monster from face-up attack position to face-down defense position without a card effect. I can flip summon my X-Head Cannon into this zone. Do notice that I cannot move my X-Head Cannon to another zone while performing a flip summon. I'm then going to perform a flip summon of my Thunder Dragon, which was tribute set on a previous turn, and I can perform the flip summon of Yugioh Dragon. A flip summon of a flip effect monster can trigger its flip effect because it has been flipped face up. I can perform as many flip summons as I like during the same main phase. I can do it during either main phase. As long as these monsters were not summoned or set this turn, I can perform one manual battle position change of each of these monsters. And a monster being changed from face-down defense position to face-up attack position is called a flip summon. You can perform as many flip summons as you'd like during a turn unless a card effect tells you otherwise. Unlike your normal summon, where you can only perform one normal summon or set per turn. The turn that a monster's battle position changed, it cannot be changed again. The turn that a monster was summoned or set, its battle position cannot be changed, and the turn that a monster has declared an attack, it also cannot have its battle position changed. We'll learn more about battle positions when we talk about battle in a future episode. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at the special summon, which you can also do an unlimited amount of per turn. A normal summon is very important because you only have 1 of them per turn, so you have to use them wisely. If you don't perform a normal summon, you don't get it back. So it's important to try and get all of your monsters that must be normal summoned out of your hand over the course of successive turns, or you'll lose what is described as tempo, which is the ability to perform actions that are limited per turn.